everybody, so we wanted to go ahead and show you guys an inexpensive way to make children's gardens. The reason we have a garden for our children, well, we have two now, is because they wanted to be in mommy's garden, and which, although it is a family garden, it's pretty difficult to have little hands picking things when they're not ready yet. I do let them be hands-on with me, but it's much easier when they get their own garden to play with and pick their flowers that they want and the food that they want. So this one right here is our girls' garden. Nalea tends to it. As you can see, she loves flowers. So what we did in this bed was we used cinder blocks. They're very inexpensive and most homeowners have them sitting around. And if you don't, many of your family members have them sitting around. All we did was we connected them into a square and we filled them up with bagged black cow manure, garden soil, and just some compost we had on hand. We mixed it up and we added a mulch. So before we added the mulch, we went ahead and seeded whatever she wanted in here. We have random carrots in here. We had calendula, we had sunflowers. You see the bigger ones with the sunflowers. We had an onion that was growing in the house, and she went ahead and planted it, and it's huge now. She won't get an onion from it. Well, she can eat these. We can eat these. But this will be the second year for the onion, so we'll be able to harvest the seeds. And her flowers, we usually go every spring to the flower store, to the nursery, and she grabs maybe 6 flowers, and they start off real small. And we are in what, May now? And look how big they just flourished. This is 1 or 2 plants here, and then 1 or 2 plants here, and they've gotten huge. And with the mulch, it's made it to where she doesn't even water this garden very often. Maybe in this whole season, she's watered maybe 3 times. So that's our first way of doing our kids' garden. So our son, he is almost 3. He wanted his own garden, and we didn't have the cinder blocks, but we got wood chips from a local arborist, and he had a lot of logs in our bunch. So with the logs, we ended up making a rectangular shape and pretty much doing the same thing, but except for his, we took up the turf, which we actually did for hers too. We took up the turf and then added the dirt and compost we had on hand, and then we did a mulch around it. As you can see, I don't have the mulch on top of the dirt yet where we're planting because not everything came up yet, but we do have some radishes, as you can see. And for his garden, we're actually using the radishes for our rabbits, and he also wanted a pretty flower. He added pine cones and different leaves and sticks as well, which that's the best part of having a kid's garden. They can do their own thing and you don't have to worry about it. If he wants to dig in this, guess what? He can dig in this because this is his garden. And as you can see, our little rigged up cage thing, our cats, they love his garden. I think it's because they can claw on the logs, but I wanted to make sure that he got his produce, or the rabbits got their produce. So I went ahead and just used extra wire that we had laying around, and I just put it over it so they can still claw on the logs without getting our produce. This was a super inexpensive way. This is an inexpensive way to get your kids out and gardening. There's no excuse. So I hope you guys liked it. God bless you all, and I hope you have a great day.